Hey folks, Peter here. In today's video we're going to take a pair of stock tech deck trucks and turn them from this into this. Now one of the benefits of taking the trucks and filing down the sides and just kind of shaping them up, it's going to let you use bearing wheels without actually damaging the backs of the wheels. Gives them a little bit of a good look and just overall lets them perform pretty well. Let's take a look. So one thing I would like to show you guys before we get the lathe set up here is I've got this Joy Colt wheel here, and with the stock hangers, the ends will actually kind of butt up to the sides here. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for you. It's kind of hard to see, but the edges of this hanger, and every wheel is a little bit differently shaped, but basically the edge of this hanger here actually interferes with the back side of the wheel, and eventually you'll kind of gouge out this bit of plastic here. Could cause some damage to your bearing wheels, maybe cause issues with slipping, but if we shape this hanger up, we won't have that issue at all. So let's get this lathe set up and start shaping this truck. So what I use when I'm working on shaping up trucks is I've got this lathe here. This is nothing fancy. This is just some cheap thing I bought on eBay. Obviously you can spend as much or as little as you want on the lathe. If you can't get a lathe, take an electric drill. It's going to do the same thing. Just open up the truck as wide as you can get it, fit the truck in there, and you're good to go. Basically, you just need some device to spin the truck for you really fast. Aside from the truck, we're going to be using a file today. Just a nice little metal file. This one's kind of grody and used. I don't take good care of these files. If I get a new set though, I definitely will. Something important to note, when you are working with power tools, always watch your hands for spinning parts, exercise precautions, wear eye gear, proper ventilation. You don't want to be breathing in a bunch of this, or any if possible. The metal shavings and stuff, you don't want that. So just take precautions, take the right steps, do it right the first time. Obviously go slow, take your time with this, and you're going to enjoy the results. So let me go ahead and get this tightened down, and we will start spinning and show you how this works. So I have this tightened down pretty well. Just give this a quick little test spin here. Fairly centered. It doesn't have to be the most accurate, but as long as you can get it spinning pretty straight and not wobbling all over the place, you're going to get better results. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little file here. You can kind of see I've already done a few with this file. Start spinning, and then I'm just going to go on the top here because that's where the edges for this one are. Push into it and just kind of shape this down into that conical shape. Obviously, since my hands are going to be near spinning parts, I have to pay attention to that and don't get them, tangled up in this thing or anywhere else. On this unit, this is the only thing that really spins. So as long as I keep my hands away from it, I should be all right. Let's give this a go. So there was just a short little bit, and you can kind of see that I'm already getting this conical shape on the end here. I did slip a little bit. If you want to, you can go back in with the Dremel later and just clean up all these scratches. Just kind of polish everything and smooth it out, or just let them ride. So I'm going to keep going here and get this down to the shape that I want, and then I'll test it with a wheel to show you why we're doing this. So as you can see, we've got that shape down a little bit better now. So I'm going to take that Joy Colt wheel that I have and just slide it on the end. And that is free spinning. Look at that. So the issue before with the stock truck where the edge of the hanger was butting up on the inside of the wheel there, no longer an issue. So the next thing you might want to do is get some wheel spacers to pop these out so everything's not hanging out on the end. But that's another story for another day. There you have it, folks. I got the other truck all done here. Quick notes. If you want to, while you have this spinning on the lathe, you see how these hangers kind of have this this angle right here? You could try if you're really careful, you can try to shape that back if you want more of a T shape instead of kind of this V shape if you wanted to do that. Off of the lathe, you can put this in a vice grip and take those files and get up in this angle here. Same over here, if you kind of want more of like a BRT look to them. But for the very basics, just spinning them on the lathe, metal files, like this guy right here. Now, when you're looking at files, this one here just has the single cuts going like that. This one is not a cross cut. I forget the exact technical terms, but that is what this one is. As you can see, I need to clean it, get all those filings out of there. Let's go ahead and just make sure that all of these wheels work. Should look at what I'm doing and not through the camera, make this a little bit easier. And of course, if you want to, you can shape them a little bit thinner, a little bit thicker. Just kind of depends on what you want to do. There's that one there. Fits like a glove. And like I said, you can take a Dremel. They sell like felt pads or felt cones or whatever you want to call them. And you could use those with some rouge to kind of shine these up if you didn't like the raw look or the mismatch kind of design there. Of course, once you start using them, especially if you're using them on like concrete or a metal rail, you're not going to really notice the filing lines if you were just to leave them looking like they do right now. So obviously you can take a few more steps, get them looking really nice. But I just figured I'd show you guys the basics and how I do it. I know there are some companies out there that do this as well. So maybe this is how they do it, maybe it's not. But this is how I do it. So hopefully that helps. Take that information and you know, try shaping your own trucks. Yeah, like I said, if you don't have a lathe, just grab a drill. If you don't have one, you could probably get one cheap or see if a buddy's got one. But just toss it in the drill, make sure that it's spinning straight and not spinning and wobbling all over like this. And then just go slow and steady, shape them up, have a hand rest, that helps a lot too. And shape your trucks. Perfect fit. So there you guys go. That was just kind of a quick little short video showing you how to shape up trucks so they can work with bearing wheels without damaging them. There are obviously different shapes on the bearing wheels, but for most of the bigger name wheels out there, they're going to have that open back, and you're going to want the truck to feed into that, and then also couple it with some wheel spacers just to close that wiggle gap, because these are only single bearing wheels. They're going to ride pretty freaking well. Aside from that, what would be the next step? I don't like the stock Tech Deck base plates. I do inverted kingpins on mine personally. I'll have to show you that, guys, in the ultimate Tech Deck build. Stay tuned for that video coming real soon. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you have any questions on this process or anything related to this whole process, just let me know. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more. And I'll see you guys next time.